Hey guys, Mark here, and behind me I have a little something I like to call the ultimate DIY gaming rig. It's not the ultimate rig because it's the best gaming rig you can own or because it looks incredible. No, it's the ultimate DIY gaming rig because A, you can build it yourself, B, it costs way less than anything you can buy, and C, it's the most comfortable, most versatile rig you're gonna see today. As some of you may know, I love racing games. Forza Horizon 4, Project Cars 2, Dirt Rally, BeamNG, you name it, I've played it. But if you've ever seen the price of racing rigs online, you know that they cost a hell of a lot of money for what is essentially pipes and a racing seat. The Playseat Evolution, for example, which is one of the more common rigs to buy online, costs well over 400 bucks. I don't doubt that it's made well, but for me, that was a little bit over what I was willing to spend. So instead, I went the DIY route. But since I was custom building it myself, I didn't want it to be just a racing rig. I wanted something that was versatile enough to not only be a racing rig, but also something that could double as an everyday gaming battle station too. There's two components of this build that make that possible: the seat and the desk. You might have noticed that this looks like a real car seat, and that's because it is. Instead of going online and paying hundreds of dollars for this cool looking sim racing seat, I went down to my local salvage yard and pulled this seat out of a 2014 Mazda 3, and let me tell you, it's comfortable as hell. I paid 30 bucks for this and it's in perfect condition. It's got all the manual adjustments you need. You can move the seat forward and back, you can tilt it forward and back, and most importantly, you can pump the seat up and back down. This allows the seat to be moved into the most comfortable position for either keyboard and mouse gaming or racing. Of course, the desk portion is also just as important. I wanted it to be small enough to fit through a standard doorway in case I wanted it to move around, but also big enough to support a keyboard and mouse setup. It looks pretty nice now, but I mean, all it is just two 2x6 pine boards that were cut to 29 inches, glued together, sanded down, and stained. The materials for it cost literally less than 10 bucks. It's the perfect size for a 10 keyless board and a mouse. I'm using the Corsair K63 Wireless as well as the Logitech G305 to get a nice clean wireless look and to avoid any annoying struggles with cables when I want to set the rig up for racing. Speaking of which, that process is actually really easy. Just put the keyboard and mouse down to the side, add your wheel of choice, and then clamp it down to the desk. Put the pedals down in the foot area, plug it all into the PC, and that's pretty much it. The wheel I have here is the Logitech G29. It's got some cool shift lights, a whole lot of buttons, a 3-pedal setup, and I bought the optional H shifter to go with it. It looks a little ridiculous and it isn't the best wheel and shifter combo out there, but it is one of the better, cheaper options, so I went with that. I'm not a serious sim racer or anything, I just love casual racing games. Once the wheel, pedals, and shifter are set up, the chair can then be put back to the lowest position for comfort and the monitor can be brought forward for more immersion. Which brings us to the monitor setup. Now this is a Samsung 27-inch curved gaming monitor. It runs at 144 Hz with a resolution of 1440p, and it's nearly a perfect all-around monitor for both gaming and racing. The next version of this rig is probably going to have a triple monitor mount, but those cost a lot more, not to mention the fact that you need to buy 2 extra monitors. This mount is a pretty cheap North Bayou gas arm that costs like 40 bucks or something like that. You can move it up and down, you can swivel it all around and pretty much do whatever you want with it. It's a great mount, and it's even got 2 USB 2.0 ports for plugging in the keyboard if you want that wired experience. On the other side of the monitor, we have a set of Mackie CR3 speakers. I did a review on these a long time ago and it still holds up fairly well if you want to check it out in the link up here? Yeah, up there. They're a great set of stereo speakers and they're more than a little loud for this type of setup. Right now they're on just a set of standing bookshelf speaker stands, but I could have mounted them to either side of the desk if I didn't need to fit the desk through a standard doorway. If I don't want to use the speakers though, I have my Hyperx Cloud IIs, otherwise known as the most comfortable gaming headset of all time. Flopping around on the floor like this is not nearly as easy as it was when I was 8. I can't talk about a gaming rig like this without talking about the beating heart of it all, the gaming PC. I recently did a full video on this build, including gaming benchmarks and all that jazz, so if you want to check that out further, you can have a look at that link up there. But this is the Geek A50 small form factor mini ITX build that I more or less built specifically with this purpose in mind. It's got an RTX 2070 Super, an Intel i5-9400, 16 gigs of Hyperx 2666 DDR4 RAM, and for 144 Hz gaming at 1440p, this thing is a beast and I love it. Now, The frame. The entire frame of the rig is made from just cheap 2x6 pine wood, just like the desk. In total, I think I bought 3 2x6x10 planks and had Home Depot saw them up for me to fit in my car. I cut them to length, stained them black, and then screwed it together in this box-like form with a stand for the desk in the middle. The entire build, minus the electronics, cables, and tools, cost me somewhere in the ballpark of $100 to $130 to build. Super cheap compared to something that isn't custom built online. It's a super simple design, but if this video gets like 1,000 likes or something like that, I'll do a version 2 of this gaming rig, improve the design, record the whole process, and upload a video showing exactly how I built it. So if you haven't already, hit that like button if you want to see that done. There's a lot of stuff I can improve with a version 2. My biggest gripe with the rig is that it isn't really customizable if you have someone that isn't my height sitting in it. My fiance can get in and play just fine, but the desk is a little too high for her and raising the chair only goes so far. The other thing is that I built it to my height specifications nearly perfectly, but I didn't take into account how difficult it would be to get in and out of the rig. Right now I have to do this super awkward thing where I stand on the chair and slowly slide myself into the rig. Oh well, it kind of adds to the immersion of getting into a real race car where the doors don't open, I guess. The other thing I don't like is that there's no spot for a shifter right now, so if you want to use one, you have to clamp it to the desk right next to the wheel. It works fine, but I'd love to create a mount that sits next to you like in a real car. I think it would add to the immersion a whole lot. Overall though, I love the whole thing. Because this seat is a real car seat, I can sit in it for hours and hours without getting uncomfortable. The desk is small, but it's the perfect size for a 10-keyless board and a mouse or a racing wheel and a shifter. The audio sounds great, pretty much everything is adjustable, and for just over $100, doesn't look too shabby either. For the time I spent building it and for the money I spent, I think it's probably one of my favorite DIY projects, and I'll definitely be using it for years to come. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to support my channel, and as always, have a great day.